Good afternoon. New developments in the disappearance of 22-year-old Leslie Palacio. Her family confirmed now to 8 News Now that investigators have located Palacio's body near Valley of Fire State Park.
A night out with a family friend takes a tragic turn. 22-year-old Leslie Palacio goes missing, leaving her loved ones desperate for answers. As the truth comes to light, a father and son are implicated in a horrific crime. But with one suspect on the run, will Leslie's family ever get the justice they deserve? This is the heartbreaking story of Leslie Palacio's murder. Leslie Palacio was a bright, vibrant 22-year-old woman living in Las Vegas, Nevada. The second oldest of 5 sisters, Leslie shared a special bond with her family. Her mother, Araceli, worked hard as a housekeeper to provide for her girls, but when the pandemic hit, Araceli was furloughed from her job. Instead of despairing, Leslie saw an opportunity. She helped her mom start a cleaning business of her own. Leslie was about to graduate from her phlebotomy program and had dreams of opening a clothing boutique with her sisters one day. She had a zest for life and was always there for the people she loved. On August 28, 2020, Leslie got a text from 25-year-old Eric Rangel-Ibarra just after midnight. Eric was the son of Leslie's godmother and a close family friend for over 15 years. He invited Leslie to go out for drinks and food at the Longhorn Casino and Hotel, just a couple miles away from home. Leslie, always up for a good time, took him up on the offer. Surveillance footage shows the two paling around at the casino and a few other bars that night, taking shots. Around 4:40 a.m., Leslie texted her older sister Corelli saying, "Dude, I gotta talk to you about some." Corelli texted back, "What happened?" and "What is it, let me know when you're home," but never got a response. This was very unlike Leslie. She was glued to her phone and always kept in touch, especially with her sisters. Corelli started to worry. By the next morning, still no word from Leslie. Her family reported her missing, but police didn't take it too seriously at first. Leslie was an adult, out with a trusted family friend. Maybe they had run off together, police suggested, but the Palacios knew better. This was completely out of character for Leslie. She wouldn't just disappear like this. Not when she had so much to look forward to. Her graduation, starting the cleaning business with her mom, her future plans with her sisters. Something was very wrong. To make matters more alarming, Eric was now missing too, along with his father, Jose Rangel. The Rangels weren't returning the Palacios' frantic calls. While the two families had been friends for over a decade, the Rangels were acting strange and uncooperative with both the Palacios and the police. The Palacios soon discovered that just 2 days after Leslie went missing, before Eric was even reported missing himself, the Rangel family abruptly moved out of their home of nearly 10 years. They sold their furniture and vanished, without a word to the Palacios. Suspicious, to say the least. Police searched the Rangel family home. Inside, they found cleaning supplies, garbage bags full of rags, and a mop with dark residue. Small blood stains were found on Eric's mattress and shirt, and in the bathroom. Had someone been cleaning up a crime scene? That's when a neighbor came forward with chilling surveillance footage from the morning of August 29th. It shows Eric returning home with Leslie around 6 a.m.
Or what was in her system to determine just how she died. The I-Team first showing you what prosecutors say is her accused killer and his father moving her body out of their East Side home last August. Her body was found later near the Valley of Fire.
Leslie appears extremely intoxicated and struggles to get inside. 45 minutes later, Eric is seen leaving the house shirtless, carrying an object about the size of a fist. He throws it in his truck and drives off. He's gone for about 45 minutes before returning home. And then, the unthinkable. Cameras capture Eric and his father Jose dragging a limp body wrapped in a sheet out of the house and into the truck. Prosecutors believe it was Leslie. After loading her into the vehicle, Jose hoses down the walkway, as if cleaning up a mess. They drive away with Leslie. Later that morning, Eric called a friend for help, admitting to a horrific crime. "I killed her, she's in the back of my truck," Eric allegedly said. The shocked friend refused to assist him and alerted authorities. Cell phone data shows Eric was in the area of Valley of Fire State Park that morning. On September 9th, Leslie's partially nude body was found hidden in a bush near a road in the park. Her shirt was on, but her underwear appeared to have been put on incorrectly by someone else. Arrest warrants were issued for Eric Rangel-Ibarra and his father Jose Rangel, but the two had already fled. With help from Jose's daughter, they made their way to Mexico. Eric's truck was later found abandoned at a bus stop near the border in Southern California. As the Palacio family grappled with the unbearable pain of losing Leslie, they had to cope with the added anguish of knowing her killers, people they had trusted and loved like family, were on the run. For months, the Rangels evaded authorities. The pandemic made it easier for the fugitives to conceal their identities behind masks as their mugshots and wanted posters circulated. When Jose Rangel finally turned himself in to California authorities in February 2021, after months on the run, he was swiftly extradited to Nevada. There, he faced serious charges of destroying critical evidence and providing aid to a felony offender, his own son, Eric Rangel-Ibarra, the prime suspect in Leslie Palacio's murder. During questioning, Jose offered his account of the events that transpired on that fateful August morning. He claimed that he had witnessed Eric guiding an extremely intoxicated Leslie into their home and up to Eric's bedroom. Sometime later, Jose said he was shocked to see his son descending the stairs, carrying Leslie's lifeless body shrouded in a bedsheet. According to Jose, Eric confessed that Leslie had suffered an overdose while in his room. Panic-stricken, Eric pleaded with his father to help him conceal her body, fearing the legal repercussions he would face. Jose, however, denies any recollection of Eric's first suspicious exit from the house that morning, which was captured on a neighbor's surveillance camera. When confronted with footage showing him hosing down the driveway after loading Leslie's body into the truck, Jose offered a perplexing explanation. He maintained that his actions were not an attempt to erase evidence, but rather a response to a prior request from their homeowners association to clean the walkway. Jose attributes his behavior to the overwhelming panic and shock that consumed him in that moment, clouding his judgment and reasoning. However, Jose's narrative is riddled with inconsistencies and gaps that raise serious doubts about his credibility. The fact that he claims no memory of Eric's initial departure from the house is particularly suspect, given that he admits to seeing his son bring Leslie inside just prior to this. As investigators and prosecutors delve deeper into Jose's statement, they are left to ponder whether his account is a genuine reflection of the truth or a desperate attempt to shield his son from the full weight of the law. The incongruities in Jose's story only serve to compound the anguish and frustration felt by Leslie's loved ones, who are left grasping for answers and justice in the face of such a horrific tragedy. As the case against Eric and Jose Rangel progresses, the Palacio family can only hope that the truth will ultimately prevail, and that those responsible for Leslie's death will be held to account for their actions. However, there are holes in Jose's story. Why would he forget about Eric's first suspicious outing that night, if he was awake and saw him bringing Leslie inside just before? Prosecutors believe Jose intentionally left that detail out because Eric was disposing of evidence during that trip, likely the murder weapon. They think Jose is trying to make it look like an accidental overdose to cover for his son's actions. In June 2022, Jose Rangel pleaded guilty to destroying evidence and aiding a felony offender. Even though the judge felt Jose's apology was insincere, he was sentenced to the maximum, just 2 years in prison, with credit for 205 days of time served. The Palacios were outraged and devastated by what they saw as a light sentence. "We will never forgive you and I hate you for the rest of my life," one sister told Jose in court. He served just 8 months before being released early for good behavior in April 2023. Upon his release, Jose maintained that he does not know where his son Eric is hiding. The Palacios find that very hard to believe. In their minds, the Rangels know exactly how to find Eric but will do anything to protect him, even at the expense of getting justice for Leslie. Eric Rangel-Ibarra is still wanted for Leslie's murder. Authorities believe he is likely in Mexico or possibly in the southern U.S. With so much still unknown about what happened that fateful night, Leslie's cause of death has not been released.
He does not believe 2 years is justice for the horrifying crime, and they say they're going to keep fighting so that other families won't have to suffer like this.
You don't know the pain that you caused me and my family.
A heartbreaking message for the man who helped cover up the gruesome killing of 22-year-old Leslie Palacio. On Friday, Jose Rangel was sentenced for destroying evidence and acting as an accessory to commit murder.
Her family is desperate for answers and to see her killer brought to justice. They want to change laws around sentencing for accessories to murder so that no other family has to endure the pain of seeing enablers like Jose Rangel get a slap on the wrist. The Palacios want the world to remember Leslie as so much more than a victim. She was a daughter, a sister, a friend. She was a young woman with hopes and dreams, deeply loved by all who knew her. She was the glue that held her family together, and a beautiful soul with so much life ahead of her. Leslie's sisters still blast music and get dressed up together to honor Leslie's memory and the bond they shared. They vow to open that clothing boutique one day in her name. The family started a cleaning business called Leslie's Cleaning Services to carry on the venture she helped her mom build. Her loved ones will never stop fighting for the justice Leslie deserves. They hope someone out there has information on Eric Rangel-Ibarra's whereabouts so they can finally get closure and begin to heal. Anyone with details on this case should contact the Las Vegas Police Department. The Palacio family has said the pain of losing Leslie in such a brutal way is unimaginable, especially at the hands of someone they once trusted. "You took someone who meant so much to me, to my family," Leslie's sister Corelli said, addressing Eric. "You left my mom without her child. He's a coward. She didn't deserve it. We won't stop until we have justice for my sister." If you found Leslie's story both heartbreaking and inspiring, please show your support by liking this video. The Palacio family continues their fight for justice, and spreading awareness is crucial in potentially surfacing new leads on the whereabouts of Eric Rangel-Ibarra. Subscribe to stay updated as more unfolds in this tragic case. And if you or someone you know has any information that could help authorities, please come forward. Leslie's loved ones deserve answers and the opportunity to begin healing from this unimaginable loss. Together, we can honor Leslie's vibrant spirit by pursuing the truth and advocating for victims like her. Thanks for tuning in to Crime Time Chronicles. If you loved unraveling the mysteries with us, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more chilling true crime stories. Stay curious, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next mystery.